morning, good morning, good morning. Happy Sunday, everybody. Sunday, oh my gosh, I'm making a video on Sunday. I'm on my way to get a haircut, so it's a bit of a wave, so I thought I would take a moment to make a video because of a YouTube video that came across my feed. And so the video, I didn't watch it all, but the title was The Rich, the Poor, and the Trash. And it was basically talking about people who are rich and people who are poor, and then the people who are considered trash, who literally go living and digging in trash. And when I saw this and I heard the people talking, I had to turn it off because it was just filled with a bunch of untruth. And that's one of the things that, if you're on this path, this thing will start to happen where you can't even hear untruth anymore. Like, it doesn't mean anything. You know that it's false, and so you understand that there's really no point in listening to it because you already know what the truth is. So that's what I wanted to talk about, is the truth of what is going on in the world in general. But specifically this, I'm just using this topic. The label, the rich, the poor, the trash, the slut, the whore, the asshole, the whatever you want to use, understand that these are all creations of man. And we create a reality. We create the experiences that we have. And we also create the world that we live in. So everything that you see is something that we have, meaning the system, the structure, how we operate as humanity. We have created this. And whether it's a tribal or a tribe with their traditions and traditions and customs or whatever, or it's a civilization which is not civilized at all, but it's what we call civilized. It's what man has deemed to be civilized. Even that system, the structure that we live under, that we live within, all of that has been created by us. But to understand the poor, to understand the rich, to understand the trash, whatever label you give them, the homeless, whatever, it doesn't matter. They're all fear-based. All of them, every single one of them, whether they have monetary possession or material possession, it doesn't matter if they have it or if they don't. It's all based in fear. Fear is the underlying common denominator within each and every soul on this planet. Fear is what causes the rich person, or what we call rich, to want so much. Understand that the rich can never have enough. Ever. There are people, individuals with billions of dollars. Billions of dollars. Why? There's a fear. And they don't know what that fear is. And because they are using their willpower to create this feeling of safety, they don't know what that fear is. They can't know what that is because the addiction, which takes that fear away, is present. Their money is present. But if you take it away, they still have it. The fear is still within them. So they have a fear of never having enough. They have a fear of not having it all, is really what it is, which is why they keep going. You get to a certain point where you don't need any more money. And there isn't any more money that can grant you any more things, because you can buy any and everything that you've ever wanted. This is the fear, this is the pain that dwells within someone who's rich. And then you have the poor. The poor person doesn't believe that they're capable of having abundance, and so they struggle. And then you have what people are calling the trash, who are basically on the street. They have nothing, absolutely nothing. And they've completely given up at the idea that they can have anything, any kind of happiness and joy at all. It's a fear of not having it. It's a fear of lack. And that's what it's all based on love not being present. And I guess you can, an example would be a celestial being. A celestial being doesn't fear anything. There's nothing to fear. Well, they have it all. Like, there are celestial beings who have mansions, huge houses, huge. Whatever they desire, they can have, if that's what they want. but understand where a celestial being is and where we are. The difference between a celestial being, which is basically a human soul who has no emotional injuries within them whatsoever, and they have divine love in their soul, which makes them a celestial being. So they don't have any sense of lack. And so anything that they desire is not to cover up the lack. It's just because they awarded it because they have the love within their soul to have it. Because that's what love grants you. And, you know, we can have things. We can have things. But it's considered an addiction if it's to mask something. And that's the difference. That's the difference, people. It's what's within our soul. So anyway, back to these labels. If we believe in these labels, if we use these labels to put upon others, because generally we don't like to put labels upon ourselves, we like to label other people. But understand, if we create that label, we create a scenario where we can become that label, because it's our belief. It's what we believe in. And we experience what we believe in. We experience our beliefs. That's what we experience. So if you have a belief of inequality, then guess what? That is a potential of yours. If you don't believe in inequality and you believe that, hey, it's not a thing, and you're able to have and everybody's able to have, you can have. It's not that simple. I mean, it's not that difficult. If you look at all the people who complain about the 1% and the people who have and the people who don't want to share, those are the people who don't have anything. Those are the people who don't have anything. And there's a reason for that, because it's a belief of theirs. And that belief was there before they even recognized, because it's passed down generation to generation. Generation to generation. And I was looking at, I don't know who it was. Maybe it was, I don't know, people, all these wealthy people who donate when there are, certain tragedies that happen. We have to understand why people are donating, why people are giving. Because most people don't give because of love. They give because of fear, and they give because they know they're going to get recognition from it. Oh, here's a prime example. My realtor that I used when I bought my house, he was an awful man. I didn't realize that until I started working with him, and I could not stand the man, and I wish I could have gotten rid of him, but I couldn't because he was already involved in the process. But I couldn't wait until the deal was over because he was just so disgusting to me. He didn't care. I had concerns, and he didn't care what those concerns were. And he was just kind of brushing it off, and he just wasn't there to meet or to help me with the concerns that I had. And so he was just trying to push the deal along. And that was my first house. I didn't know what the hell I was doing. And I was doing it by myself, and nobody really knew I was buying a house to begin with. So it wasn't like I could help or ask other people. So anyway, the deal was done, and I was so annoyed with him. I was so disgusted with his presence. I made him wait days before I allowed him to deliver the keys to me. I had been approved, and he was like, "It's at yours, whenever you want to come pick up the keys." And I just didn't return his call. I didn't care. The man really took all the joy out of I allowed him to take all the joy. It's what happened. But anyway, I didn't want to be bothered with him because of who he is. And so, he's always, leaving things on my door, and whatever. So this last time he left, banana bread on my door. And he had sent me a text message saying, "Hey, I want to deliver some banana bread to you. Or is anybody going to be home? Or is anybody going to be home? Or, can I leave it on the doorstep?" And I didn't respond to him. I meant to, but I forgot. Because I really didn't have a desire to. In that moment, I wanted to ignore him, and I did. And then I forgot when it happened. So then I was sitting at home. Was it yesterday? And the man left it on my door, and then he sent me a text message saying, "Hey, it's the thing is on your door." And so I got up and I got it, and then I opened it up, and it was a bunch of advertisement your referral, your referral, your referral, your referral counts, your referral counts. And so I was looking at it, I was like, he didn't deliver banana bread because he wanted to be nice and deliver banana bread. He wanted to remind me that he was available for for selling homes or buying homes or whatever he does. So, it's like people do things for self-gain, but they mask it, they disguise it as a good deed, and that's not what it is. And this is the fear, that dwells within them. But understand that anyone who's in fear will take any measures whatsoever to make sure that they're okay. They will do that. And it's not done from, people do nice things, or it looks like they're doing nice things, but they're really not nice at all. It's for self-gain. And people do this all the time. It's like, oh, well, we can do this. Like, for instance, some people will give a sale because they want to help others. And some people who own businesses, and some people will have a sale because they understand that if we do a sale, they may see something else at full price that they may like, and we can make more money. And the thing is, we just have to understand what's going on within us as a soul. But most importantly, we understand the power that we have. Like, all those labels that I was talking about, like the rich, the poor, and the trash, like, none of them have love. None of them know the power that they have as a soul. Because if you really look at it, all of the souls on the planet, before us and those who will come after us, they are all children of the most rich. And each soul has a potential, has a power, has the ability to do things that most of us don't even know about. Most of us don't even know that we can do, or that the human soul is capable of. They don't know. And so they're beneficiaries of this rich and powerful being, and they hold the potential for that power, to hold that power, to exude that power, but they don't know. And so one of the reasons why they won't know and can't know is because of these labels, these limiting labels. The rich, the poor, the trash. I mean, just really think about it, because these things that we believe in limit ourselves. They limit our ability. The definition of it alone is limiting. The rich, what we call rich, is so limiting, because those who have a lot, those who we call rich, have no love at all. And that means they have no power. And that means they have no abundance. And it's not really realized here, because we can change the rules here. We change the rules here on this planet. But we're subjected to the absolute rules when we pass. So all the things that we have been given, it's like everything here on the planet is like clay. It's all clay. The trees, the elements, all of it. It's all clay. Metals, doesn't matter what it is. It's all clay for us to mold and create what we want. That's what it's there for. That's what it's all there for. It's all clay. But when we pass, we no longer have that clay. We no longer need the clay, really. We don't need it. We don't need it because we're able to manifest instantly, just by being the soul. But only the only soul that is able to do that is a soul that has love, because that's where the power is. And so those who you call rich and powerful are not rich and powerful. They're weak, and they have no abundance whatsoever, because love is the only abundance. Love is that general abundance that allows all things to happen, all things to manifest, all things to take place. I think this is my exit. It's been a while. So these labels, whether it doesn't matter what it is. Any label that you use, that you hold on to, if it's not a label that allows for freedom of all things for you to do, in harmony with love, of course. If it's not that, then it's a label that you shouldn't even use, because it's limiting. It's all limiting. So when we live our lives, we have to get rid of the labels. We have to get rid of all the things all things that man has put forth for you to be. You have to give that up. So you can do these things, but to accept the limitation of the label, that's a disservice. that is a disservice to you and those around you. Because whatever limitation that you accept, that's the limitation that you have to offer another. And that means that's a limitation that that you're giving for them to accept. And this is how limitations are placed upon the planet. Because man has developed and devised all these different things to mean something, but they mean nothing. They mean so little. They are insignificant to the true potential and power of what you're capable of doing. What we all are capable of doing. My power has changed. Like, when I say my power has changed, like, I am able to redirect people. I am able to keep them at bay. I'm able to attract certain people. And by me doing absolutely nothing, like, that's the power of the soul. The soul is able to do that without any effort on my part. Because my soul condition is now, let's just put it this way. I've had a couple of offers of people wanting to do certain projects with me. Oops, I think I turned down the wrong. I don't know where I'm at. I've had offers from people wanting to do interviews and television and other kind of TV type stuff, and I didn't do it. But as my soul condition started to change, I was getting these offers, and I was like, why now? Because some of these things I wanted to do for a long time. And I'm like, well, why now? Why all of a sudden is it happening now? And it's because I was changing. But I didn't know I was changing. Like, these are things that were happening, and I didn't know why. But I was the one that was, I don't know if I should park there or there. I think there's a parking there, but I don't know how long it is. I'll just park in the structure. Actually, that was, I'm gonna try. Let me try. This car lets me. So I didn't know that the things that I was doing were helping me, were affecting me in a positive way. I had no idea this thing was happening. And so, what is this? How long? 15 minutes. I can't do 15 minutes. I gotta park in the structure, I guess. Oh yeah, these are all limited. I didn't know. But as I continue to change my soul condition, meaning as I continue to change my beliefs, as I continue to let go of judgment, of envy, of all these different things that prevent a soul from becoming in a more loving condition, as I let go of all these things, I'm able to change, and I'm able to change my reality without even trying. I open up possibilities that were not there before. That's what happens, is you don't have to try, you don't have to force. I was talking to this one guy yesterday about how, because it's something about homeless people or whatever, I can't remember how it came up, but I was telling him, it's like, it does, the homeless, it's something about people should do more, but it's not about doing things of using your willpower to make things happen. The thing is, every time we use our willpower, we're using our willpower to make something happen because it's not already happening. It's not already happening. So we use our willpower to make it happen. So if we don't have abundance in our life, or what we call abundance, meaning financial, like most people think that's what abundance is. So if we don't have money in our lives, we use our willpower to generate that. We take action to make that happen. And that's using our willpower. But that's only because we don't have it within our soul for it to just flow to us automatically and freely. And that's why I keep using my house as an example. Like, I didn't do anything to work for the $60,000 that they gave me to put down on my house. At all. I didn't do anything for that. Nothing. I didn't have to work. I didn't have to save. I didn't have to do any of these things. And this is what I'm saying. Like, things like that can just happen automatically to you. But you have to have the soul condition that would command the universe for that to happen. I guess, can I park there? Is that a parking spot? Yep. Oh, how nice. Right by the front door. If I don't hit the wall. Yeah, there we go. So, anyway, that's what I wanted to say. I wanted to, put that out there. Because whatever you believe in is what you're going to be subjected to. What you believe in is what you will experience. It's what you will experience, whether you're a part of it, or meaning you're attributing to it, or you are experiencing it firsthand. We have to be careful what we believe in, and that's not to say to ignore it. Some people say, oh, well, I don't buy into that. It's not just about that. Understand that, we have to acknowledge what other people are experiencing, because we have to acknowledge what other people are creating. Because when we see someone, for instance, let's take a homeless person. If a homeless person is considering or is living in, obviously they're living in lack because they don't have, it's going to take someone to show them, hey, this is what you're doing. You're creating this lack. So it's not about ignoring it, because we have to see what other people are generating. We have to see what's going on around us. But that doesn't mean we have to believe that this is something that we create for ourselves. We just have to understand that this is something that they have created due to their beliefs, due to their actions, and their actions being, taken by or fueled by our beliefs, by the emotions and the feelings that we have within us. This is what we need to do. It's not about ignoring. It's not like, well, I don't believe in that. Because I know someone who, she's like, well, I don't buy that. I don't believe in that. I don't want to watch that. But the thing is, people are having, and if you have any compassion whatsoever, then you will acknowledge what someone is going through. And when someone needs help, you help them. But if you're completely always ignoring it, how can you help someone? And this means you don't even have a lack of compassion. And the thing is, some people have a fear of seeing that. They have a fear of generating for that for themselves, and they don't know how to separate the two. They are powerful. They are powerful souls who deserves abundance. They can't have that and look at someone that is, especially the New Agers. The New Agers, they block everything out. They ignore everything. Oh, it's about love and light, love and light, love and light. There's no darkness. Meanwhile, darkness dwells within their soul. And that's the one thing that they don't want to acknowledge, is the darkness that dwells within their soul. Which is why they stay dark, and they have to keep telling themselves that they're love and light, because a person who is love and light, they don't need to keep saying love and light. They don't need to project certain things to make you see it. They are it. When you are what you are, you don't have to project what you are. You don't have to project it whatsoever. You know what you know, and that's it. That's it. Like, the things that I know, I don't think I do. I don't think I go around saying, I know this because I'm this. I could, yes, I'm what is that thing called? Those people call, a minister. So yes, I'm ordained minister, but I don't go around saying, oh yeah, I'm talking about God, and yes, I'm the person you're supposed to listen to because I'm an ordained minister. No, I mean, that title has nothing to do with what I've learned. Nothing whatsoever. Now, it may be something important to someone else, but if they believe that only a minister can hold the truths of the soul and what the universe is, then that's a false belief. And that means that they can't have it on their own. They feel, I need to listen to the minister and follow his guidance and his words because he's the ordained minister. No. Anybody can have these truths, and this is what I'm saying. All these labels that you believe in, that you put your faith into, that is the limitation that you will experience. And as you believe that let me hurry up, get out of here. As you believe that you are, or that these people are the only ones who can hold the truth, you disallow yourself from holding it yourself. You disallow yourself from believing that you can hold it. which is what people believe and feel who go to church and who basically go to church or any religious temple or hall or church or whatever. That's what they believe. So anyway, let me get here, get this haircut so I'm not looking crazy anymore. So anyway, that's what I wanted to put out there. Be mindful of the labels because you are governed by them, whichever ones you believe in. The only label that you should believe in, honestly, is the Creator, because the Creator exists, and the fact that you're a soul and made in the image of, and you have the capacity, you have the ability to be, or to hold more power, and to have more power, and to have more abundance. You can have all of these things, but only by the way of your true title, and that is the human soul, made in the image of the Most High, the most rich, the most wealthy, the most abundant of all things. And that's why you're able to have it, because you are the product of, you are the son or the daughter of the most rich, the most high, the most powerful. All right, everybody. So have a great Sunday, and I'll talk to you guys later. Bye now.